Welcome to the Drunk Linux User. I'm Len. I am the Drunk Linux User. And today I'm going to talk about a couple of things that will definitely enhance your Linux life. And the first one's going to be enabling your firewall. And if you didn't know that you had one, you do. But sometimes when people start using Linux, they think that everything has to be done by the command line, and you don't necessarily have to do this. This particular page is talking about how to set up your firewall using a Debian base such as Ubuntu Elementary and Linux Mint. But you can also do this in Arch, and you can install it very, very easily. And to do that, we're going to show you that if you go to, for example, in Arch, if you go to Add, and let's bring this guy over here, and go to Firewall, okay, and enter. You can see I've already installed it here. Okay, the little trash can's there to remove it, not to add it. Now this particular program is Pamac, but it uses the Pacman package manager system. So if I use Pacman, it's because I'm a kid from the 70s and 80s, right? So Pacman. Anyway, so once you get this thing installed, and it doesn't matter if it's Ubuntu, it doesn't matter if it's Arch, Debian, Fedora base, whatever it is, just come in after it's installed and type in firewall, and you'll see firewall configuration. You type in your password, and there's a little bugger right there. You can see that I have mine turned on. Status, that's the only thing you have to worry about. Now it's off. Now it's on. Kind of reminds me of an old bit on TV. You can set up different profiles. You can set one up for the office. That's self-explanatory. Public, in case you're not quite sure what we're referring to here, is if you're at McDonald's with your laptop and you're on an unsecured network. This helps harden the firewall just a little bit more, or probably quite a bit more, to make sure that you don't have any nasty intrusions into your system while you're using that unsecured network. So that's a firewall. Firewall, pretty easy. So once you set it, every time you restart your computer, the firewall automatically comes on. You don't have to worry about, having to set up a special rule to get it started or anything like that. It's just there already for you. So there's your firewall. If you work for a company that has the ability to use Slack, then you'll be happy to know that you can also use it in Linux. You can use it almost identically to what you can with Windows and Mac. Now, there is a beta available for Linux, and that beta has been in process for a while now, but I've used it, and honestly, I couldn't see really much of a difference between that and the Mac version that I had been using prior to that. I'm currently not working with a company that utilizes Slack, so I can't show you what it looks like. I haven't installed it. I'm not going to at this particular time. If I run across a situation, I will do that. But you can see that Slack offers an awful lot for the company organization's communication. If you've never used Slack before, it can be a little confusing at start. It's not horrifically confusing. It's just a little bit. And once somebody sits down and says, okay, this is how you set up a channel, and this is how you set up your, what you need to do to get your business done during the course of the day, it's pretty simple. And it's a really nice way of everybody from the top down in the organization to be able to get the word out in case somebody needs to say, hold the presses, we've got something coming down the pike. And if you need to use this remotely at home and you only have Linux, you're not out in the cold, you can download it for Debian base. You can download it for Fedora base. That's the RPMs. And again, if we go to Pamac, so I just type in add. Well, I got a button down there in my toolbar. I probably could use that. If I come here and I just start typing Slack, you can see that Slack is right here. If I go to install, boom, just a couple minutes, it's already in the system. And this one is set up as a flat hub. So Flatpak is available, and if you want to try it, go right ahead, but just know that there are free versions of this available. So if you want to, for example, go ahead and download this, your copy is free. but the organization that you do have limitations with the free version, but it works. It works very, very well. So enough about Slack. Enough about firewalls. I'll have all these pages in the show notes down below. In the meantime, we're going to remember our famous words of wisdom. Don't drive drunk. Don't drink and drive. Don't go to eBay, Amazon, or use Microsoft Edge all buzzed up thinking you're going to buy the coolest stuff because you're probably not. In the meantime, bottoms up. Later, dudes.